Good day everyone, and my name is Samuel Tulu. Today I'm going to bring to you Total Quality Management presentation, which is also known as the Quality Assurance presentation. It's going to be something short, but something fun, something very interactive, and I hope each and every one of us is going to be part of it, and we're going to make this session a very interactive one. To kick off this whole presentation, I'm going to start with something very simple. Most of us have seen this on the walls, seen this on posters, and also seen it in our adverts. Our MTN new vision and mission. I know you guys have been in training, so I'm sure you guys can actually say this with me. So it's going to be very simple. Let's go. Our vision is to lead the delivery of a bold, new digital world to our customers. If we've got that right, then our mission is going to be that to make our customers' lives a whole lot brighter. A great man, Mr. Gopal K. Kaniji, said that total quality management is not a quick fix, but is about changing the way that things are done within an organization's lifetime. So as I said that, the next question I'm going to pose to you, who do you think is responsible for quality? Just because I'm a QAM, you think I'm responsible? Or the supervisor? Or you as an agent? No. Quality is a responsibility for everyone in this organization. We are all responsible making sure that the customer receives the best and most highest quality standards in terms of customer service. Okay, so if quality is not the responsibility of the QAM, me, supervisor, agent, and it's a responsibility for everyone, then what do I do? I'm sure that's the question that you have in your mind right now. The QA team, we have our own separate responsibilities and roles, which are live monitoring, checking for ghost calls, and also walking around the call center, making sure that people are abiding to the house rules that have been set in this call center. But that's not the end of it, because going a step further, what we do is evaluate calls. What happens is calls come into the call center, people take those calls and they have customer interactions, and what we do, we make sure that interaction that you have with the customer is of the great standards that we have placed in MTN itself. What we also do is feedback. So now I've evaluated your call. The next step, I've got to give you some feedback of how were you on the call, the customer interaction, what you did right and what you did wrong. And then I take that and I send it to you via email, or we have a feedback session. That basically means that I'll come to your desk or you come to my desk and we sit down and we chat about it, and we sort of reach a denominator and we take that forward. And if you're not happy with what we have spoken about, if you're not happy about the evaluation score that you've been given, don't worry, there's no shoot. You can always debate with me, your supervisor, and if need be, we can include your manager, because at the end of the day, we're not here, I'm not here, the supervisor's not here, the manager's not here to bring anybody down, but just to make sure that our quality standards in MTN are met at the very highest abilities. Not only that, what we also do, we do trend analysis, seeing what is the trend on the calls, what people do on the floor, and then we report back to the business. I said it right, reporting. Quality assurance also do reporting. Our reporting is weekly, daily, and also monthly, taking whatever we see in the call center, whatever we have found that has been trends on the floor, customer interactions, because the business needs to know how it's doing from ground up. And our job is to make sure that every interaction that we have and evaluated, we report on it to the actual business. Now that you'll know what I do on a day-to-day basis, there's something that I spoke about earlier on, which is the system that we use to actually get your calls or record the interactions between you and the customer, and we evaluate. That system is called NICE, NICE Performer Evaluating System. Yes, it is called NICE. What NICE does, it records each and every call that's taken or brought into the call center. So whichever region you be from, PLK, Cape Town, Durban, even here in GP, NICE system, what it does is records all those interactions, and yes, that means it has multiples and great amounts of space and data. And then what we do as QAMs, we'll go through that, not that we will pick it, but randomly pick a call and then we'll evaluate from there and we'll feedback from there. Why I want to use the word randomly? Because most people think that we're targeting on them. Nobody's targeting on you. All we're doing is randomly picking out the calls that has been already recorded on the system called NICE. And NICE, inside it, is something that we call an evaluation form. Okay, now that everybody knows what system we utilize to record each and every interaction that we have on or within the call center, the next step, one step deeper in that, I want to answer the question that you have in your mind, and which is that, okay, now these people are evaluating me. Now they're listening to my calls. What criteria are they utilizing to make sure that I'm according to the MTN standard? And that is called the MTN Quality Assurance Form. Basically, the system has an internal form called the MTN Quality Assurance Form, which is basically a tick list that we have, including standards that we have put in place that we believe that those should be used as a high criteria for us to measure our quality standards. And we hope that you out there will abide by these standards to make sure that our customer experience is always maintained at 100% success level. Now that I've spoken about the quality assurance form, there's one more thing that I would like to highlight within that form, which is something much more deep and something much more important that we hold here as MTN. It's called the fatal errors. On the floor, the jargon or the slang utilized for this is called auto-failed. Basically, it means that whatever you do in those 4 questions, if you get one of them wrong, it nullifies everything. And everything becomes a 0, because we believe that if any of those things are wrong, it basically means you didn't offer the 100% customer service experience. Your questions are, okay, what are these 4 things? Number 1, did the agent leave the call unattended? That basically means call comes in and you're sitting there either chatting to a friend or whatever, not even noticing that the call is there. The customer's busy, hello, 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 until that customer drops. That has a ripple effect, because what happens when that customer is going to call back, he's going to start again from the queue, wait again, so that we as MTN can actually assist a client of ours. And that's a big no-no. Question number 2, did the agent act or respond or behaved in a very disrespectful manner towards a customer? I don't have to explain a lot about that. You guys understand what disrespect is, and it's something that does not sit in the same pool of customer experience. Did the agent intentionally release the call on a customer? That basically means you dropping the call while the customer is still on the line. Did the agent display non-conformance to the security check process? We have products that are linked to customers' personal details, and such products are maintained on a very high security check process. So we have very high standards that we have put in place to make sure and secures the customer's personal bank account details. We're here to make sure that quality throughout the centers of MTN is set and kept at a very high standard. So what do? We have something that we call calibration sessions. Those sessions are basically, it invites every evaluator, may it be a manager, supervisor, and the QAM themselves, to sit down, listen to calls, and we see how we reach a common denominator of our understanding, so that when we go and start evaluating people, we're all on the same path of doing it. I want to speak more in depth about evaluations. You heard me speak about that I evaluate you, supervisor evaluates you, or need be your manager evaluates you. But in terms of evaluation, is QAM, we do minimum 5 to maximum 10 evaluations per agent per month. Our sample rate is 1%. So what happens is that the calls come in, we evaluate those calls, and the amount of calls that are being evaluated equates to approximately 1% of the calls that are actually coming in. So when I speak about evaluation, people who are responsible for evaluating you is a QAM, it's your supervisor, and sometimes your manager. And the process is that we pick the call from the system that I'll speak more to you about and evaluate you, and from that, that's sent back to you as part of feedback. that's either be sent back to you via mail, or I will come and sit with you, or the supervisor will come sit with you, even the manager or HR will come sit with you, and we have a feedback session where we sit and we communicate of the interaction that has been evaluated between you and the customer. Now that you have the feedback sent to you via email or simply spoke to you about it, now you're thinking, I want to file a dispute against this, and you don't even know what to do. Do not worry. There are parts for you to follow to actually get that filed. And you can speak to your supervisor about it, or even speak to me about it. We can always come together, including your supervisor, including me. Can even be including HR if you want. And we can sit and speak to you about the feedback session, not only what you done bad or what you did good, because we acknowledge the compliments that you've been receiving from customers or from us ourselves. Okay, now you guys know the big no-nos that I spoke about, stuff that we should not do in our call center. Let's just take one step back. Remember we spoke about our vision and our mission to make our customers' lives a whole lot brighter. Think of yourself as the customer. You were sitting, you see this advert, you're like, no, I need to be part of this, I want to be part of this, they've got a great deal. You walk into an MTN store, you buy yourself an MTN product, whether it be a phone, a SIM card, or whatsoever, but you have access to the MTN network. You encounter a failure or an error, so what do? You call the call center so that you can get your help. And when you get there, the person that you're speaking to you is unprofessional, is not being respectful, is treating you with great amount of disrespect, is raising their voice, is interrupting you when you're speaking, is not even being professional, not even being courteous to you. How would you feel? Is that the company that you think you'll invest your next airtime on, or open another line, or refer to another friend? I don't think so. So those are what we call unprofessional conduct. Remember, guys, that customer experience is the main key that we are driving MTN. So now you know the behaviors as a customer that you don't want to experience. Now put yourself in the customer's shoes. What is it that you expect that will match your expectations or actually exceed your expectations from an agent or from anybody who's assisting you? Simple. The person must be accessible, treat me courteously, be responsive to what I need and want, do what I ask promptly and efficiently. Not to make me feel that I'm dealing with poorly trained or ill-informed employees. That person to meet their commitments, keep their promises. Do it right the first time around. And if it needs to be escalated, that person to be doing follow-ups with me daily, weekly, monthly, or whatever time frame that we agree on. To tell me what I have to expect in terms of the turnaround time or the first call resolution of this query. Not only that, but that person to be social with me in a way that I can feel very comfortable explaining to the customer what I don't understand and what I need for him to do for me. The last point will be to be very ethical with me. So what I've given you, ladies and gentlemen, is just the pointers that a customer does not expect and that he also expects when dealing with a person in our environment. So I'm sure everybody is sitting right now looking at the screen and got that big wow face on. You see, quality is so easy. And what we say, our easy is E-I-S-I-E. Yes, quality is easy. E is for encouraging creativity in serving customers. I, improving emotional connection to customers. S, setting better customer expectations. I, improving frontline staff soft skills. Lastly, E, encouraging consistency in serving customers. Now everybody can see that quality is so easy to do in this environment. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me for today's quality assurance presentation. I'm sure each and every one of you had so much fun listening, because I know I had so much fun telling you guys about it. If anybody of you got any questions that you want to ask the quality team or me myself, please make sure that you speak to your trainer and they will forward the questions or requests to us in our TQM department. And remember that quality is not my responsibility, not your responsibility, not the supervisor's responsibility also, but quality is a responsibility of each and everyone in this organization. It was great. I had a great time speaking to you guys. Goodbye, and I'll see you on the floor. Okay, I'm ready. Now this is perfect. These lights are in my face. It's the... It's called the MTN Kryptonite. Kryptonite new Superman. No. You've been listening. I can't see this. Told you I'm on the A game, right? Told you.